Highly requested. Let's get into it now. The Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. Let's talk about how the media has this myth, this false narrative, this bull jive that they bring up. Shaq carried Kobe to 3 championships. Everybody in the media, from Stephen A. Smith to Skip Bayless to Shannon Sharp to Marcellus Wallace to Malika Andrews to you name them. Any analyst on TV, you name them. Besides the real. I'm going to give you the real deal, Holyfield. Straight skills. Check me out. During that championship runs, granted, Shaq was the MVP of the league in 2000. But Shaq was the MVP of the league in 2000s. Shaq don't win the championship like Kobe. I said game 5. I said game 5. It was a pivotal game 5. Kobe took over. It was actually game 4. Kobe missed game 3 on a sprained ankle, came back game 4. Shaq fouls out, take over in the fourth quarter overtime, score 8 points, win the game. They go up in the series. They go up in the series 3-1, I believe. 3-1. Kobe Bryant at age 21. Age 22, they come back. Kobe averaged 35, like I said previously, against the Sacramento Kings, the second best team in the third best team behind the Lakers and the Spurs in that Chris Webber All-Star, Hall of Famer, NASA Hall of Famer, Doug Christie, second team All Defense. Kobe Bryant averaged 35, 9, 8 assists, number stats like that. Sweep him. Shaq averaged 33. So Kobe had to be super dominant because Shaq averaged 33. No, Shaq averaged 33. Kobe averaged 35. If I'm mistaken, Shaq averaged 33. 33 points to 29. Either way it goes, Kobe was the leading scorer, 35. Next series, dropped 45, 10 rebounds. Dropped 45 and 10 rebounds. Excuse me, go back. At age 22, Kobe dropped 48 and 16 rebounds in the closeout game against the Sacramento Kings. Against second team All Defensive player and Doug Christie. We just always hear and mentions LeBron James 48 points special against the Detroit Pistons, but nobody brings up Kobe at age 22 dropped 48 and 16 because he played with Shaq. Because they're gonna use that argument. They played with Shaq. That's what we're gonna debunk it right now. We're gonna debunk it. So 48 and 16 in the closeout game to sweep the Sacramento Kings. Come back 45 and 10, back-to-back 45, 10 plus rebound game in the playoffs at age 22. Average 33. Shaq averaged 27 against the Spurs. Kobe is by far the most. Is blowing out Shaq in the Western Conference against the better teams. The better teams. Tim Duncan, David Robinson. Greg Popovich is the coach. Tim Duncan and David Robinson is the Kobe is dunking all over these guys. Tim Duncan and David Robinson, two best rim protectors in the league at that time. Tim Duncan, they the 2 best rim protectors of all time. You can make a case. 2 of the best defensive rim protectors and defensive player period all time. Kobe is smashing him. Shaq is not putting up. Why is Shaq not putting up 35 against Tim Duncan? He never put up 35 against Tim Duncan. He never did. They get to the finals. Shaq go bonkers against the Dikembe Mutombo. Come on, man. Dikembe Mutombo, 170 pounds. Shaq like 70 pounds bigger than him. I want to take it back because the media they love this shit. They'd never bring up in the year 2000 when Shaq was the MVP when they first championship. And that game 7 against the Portland Trailblazers with Steve Smith, Rasheed Wallace, Scottie Pippen, etc., etc. Shaq in that game 7 had 18 points. 18 points. 7 rebounds. 7 rebounds. You know what led team rebounds? Kobe had. You know what led team rebounds there? In that game, Kobe had 25 and led team rebounds. He had more rebounds than Shaq. Look it up. Go look it up. Kobe had a game high, not a game high, a game high for the Lakers. 25 points. Shaq had 18 points in a game 7. Kobe hit the jumper to put him up by 4. Kobe came back. It had the famous alley hoop to Shaq, crossing over one of the greatest defenders ever, Scottie Pippen, and Shaq get a dunk. That was his 18 point of the night. That was his 18-point of the night. The most dominant force ever had 18 points in a Game 7, and Kobe carried them in a Game 7 against the Portland Trail Blazers. How funny is that? And that's Shaq MVP year. Without Kobe, they lose that game. We don't even hear about a three-peat. We don't even hear about a three-peat if Kobe don't take that game over. Offensively, how many blocks he had that game? Offensively, defensively, the assist, the rebounding. But Shaq carried Kobe. It's freaking blasphemous. Blasphemous. Like, this is the disrespect is real, bro. Nobody bring up Shaq had 18 points. They bring up, I bring up, and everybody, I bring up LeBron struggling against Dallas, struggling against San Antonio in the playoff. Shaq struggled in that Game 7. An all-time great who carried Kobe struggled. That's two moments I ain't brought up that Kobe saved his ass. In the 2000 NBA Finals, he fought out. In the Western Conference Final, Game 7, when Shaq was a no-show. A no-show. His 18-point come off a great move by Kobe Bryant, crossing up one of the greatest defenders ever, and Scottie Pippen, and got him a live dunk. That was his 18-point of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Funny. Funny how is that? The next year come around. They're going for the three-peat. Because I remember I told y'all about the second championship when Kobe 35 and then 33 against Spurs. And then he had 24 in the finals. And the funny thing about Kobe, you would think Shaq, okay, I'm going to go to the third year. You think that Kobe was thinking about, I need to get an MVP because Shaq winning MVPs. No. He wasn't selfish. Didn't go out there and jack up shots. Didn't go away from the mismatch. Shaq was the mismatch in the finals against the Eastern Conference least. The least Eastern Conference. The least Eastern Conference has always been the least Eastern Conference. Kobe didn't say, I don't need any final MVP. I'm going to go for the matchup. I'm going to let Shaq dominate. Kobe averaged 24.5 in the finals. Shaq, 35. Third TP. Kobe the leading scorer all through the Western Conference again. All through the Western Conference again. Shaq ended up playing at the New Jersey Nets. Finals MVP again. Kobe put up great numbers. 27, 50% shooting, 50% from 3. Over 6 assists a game. But Shaq dominated because he was the matchup problem. Right? So, we have all this knowledge and info if you just go look at it. All this shit is out there. Public record. It's public record. We know who dominated and who didn't dominate. We know when they got to the finals, Shaq dominated. We know before Kobe got starting lineup, Shaq got swept. We know this. We know Kobe was the best player. And now we know that Kobe saved Shaq's career. We know this. I gave you the facts. I gave you the evidence. And people talk about Kobe scoring average. After Shaq left, let's keep it 100. After Shaq left, Kobe averaged 31.5 points a night, 31.5 points a night. The first 3 seasons. And then his MVP season, we're going to count Paul Gasol. We're going to bring up Paul Gasol. When Paul Gasol came over in a trade in February, he played 27 games with Paul Gasol. He averaged 28 MVP of the league. The 4 years, that's what Kobe did for a 4-year period. 30 points, 0.5 a night. MVP of the league in a final trip. After Shaq left him in that 4-year stretch. He averaged 30.5, an MVP, a final trip. Before Paul got there, he was 31.5. When Paul got there, put all 4 seasons together. 27.6 the first season. Everybody left Kobe. Came back 35.4. Came back 31.6. Came back 28. All 4 out. That's 30.5 a night. That's a 4-year stretch in Kobe prime. The first 3 years, Kobe didn't have nobody. The back end of that 4th year, he ain't got Paul Gasol. That's when they started making finals trip. So we wasted 3 great years of Kobe Bryant. So if Kobe averaged 30.5 in a 4-year stretch without Shaq, imagine what Kobe would have been without Shaq, his scoring average. Can you imagine? I say Shaq diminished Kobe lazy because Kobe would have been on par the best player ever with the best numbers. So don't give me this notion. So let's kill this Shaq and Kobe. That shit is debunked now. All you people that love to watch ESPN, and say Shaq carried Kobe, it's a bullshit lie. You know it's a lie. Shaq don't, they lose the fight. They lose in the West Coast fight if Kobe don't go off for 25. While Shaq had 18. They don't win that series if Kobe don't take over game 4 as Shaq fought up. They don't sweep through the playoffs if Kobe don't dominate the Western Conference. Kobe dominated the Western Conference, Shaq dominated the least Eastern Conference. Simple, point blank, period. And Shaq never won shit without Kobe. He was going to be another superstar without a championship, without Kobe Bryant. And then Kobe went back-to-back trap titles with Paul Gasol, who was a great player, just an all-star. A one-time all-star who ended up being a multiple-time all-star in the Hall of Fame now because of Kobe Bryant. Shaq won his 4th championship with Dwayne Wade. The 4th is Mike Kobe, the 3rd greatest shooting guard ever. Then he go join Steve Nash. Then he go join LeBron James. Then he go join the Big 3 Celtics. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Shaq's career. Kobe Bryant never left and chased championships. Never. Shaq had to leave Penny, join up with Van Exel and Eddie Jones. That's what had to wait till Kobe Bryant developed and Kobe got the minutes to become the starter to win championships. It's not a coincidence, guys. He didn't win championships till Kobe was a starter. He didn't win championship when Kobe was on the bench. So we know who the common name is, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is the best basketball player ever. He's the best. Michael's the greatest. Let's get it straight. I hope that give y'all clarity about this Shaq and Kobe. And shout out to the people in the comments who wanted this video. It was highly requested. I thought I'd make it. Like, subscribe, comment below. Out.